Hey, kids. All right. It's pretty late over here, actually. 12:32. And normally, I don't record these things at this time. But here's the thing. I just finished right now, and sorry if I'm keeping my voice down because there are other people in here trying to sleep. I just finished watching the new Morbid Vision Films movie, Blood Pigs. And I'm not in my usual setting as where I usually am. I'm just using a laptop right now, so hopefully this thing won't cut out on me a few seconds early like it always seems to. The direct video upload always seems to be a bit of a dick to me, so hopefully that won't happen now. And because it's a laptop, I thought, hey, I'm going to make this thing quirkier and follow my personal preference by having the shot on an angle. Whoa, fancy. So hopefully this angle will keep you interested even if the review doesn't. That didn't make any sense. So I'm sitting here, I'm snacking on some peanut butter on a spoon. There were chocolate chips on here. And I'm just thinking, hey, I just finished watching this thing. And now I'm a huge fan of Morbid Vision films. I loved well, it wasn't my favorite zombie movie of all time, or even my favorite independent zombie movie. I was a huge fan of Bone Sickness, and I did enjoy Fetus for what it was. So, understandably, after seeing how much the guys behind Morbid Vision Films had improved between Bone Sickness and Fetus, I basically thought that Blood Pigs was going to have like the technical value of Fetus, but giving but with the bone sickness subject matter, basically making it just a much improved zombie film from Bone Sickness. So you can understand my confusion when this thing turns out to be neither fish nor fowl. I don't know what to make of this. The thing is honestly just difficult to watch, and not in the sense that it's gory, because it is a very gory movie, but not in the sense that it's gory that it's difficult to watch. In the sense that it's just painful, and not necessarily, not like really hard, but the film doesn't feel complete. Honestly, I'm wondering if they just rushed this thing out because there were so many fans asking for it, but it feels incomplete. I mean, the audio editing, like, even in my own stuff, I'm not saying that my stuff's any better, but like, speaking as someone who does films, um, I'm like, audio editing is incredibly important, and even for a film like this, which is an all-out gore film, it even says so on the title card. It is an all-out gore film, but, you know, even if it's a gore film, it's not going to hold a person's interest unless it has, a fairly, well, I guess, complete final cut. Honestly, the sound, like, there's some parts that should have just been cut out. Like, it does not feel finished. And when I say parts that should be cut out, I mean sometimes at the end of shots or in between shots, there's just like a little instance of black screen that shouldn't be there. Like, and I know one other reviewer, Mr. Parker, talked about this. He said that the first couple of minutes were really difficult to watch, sort of Blair Witch style, in the sense that there was sort of like a weird sort of strobe effect on it, or not strobe effect. I'm sorry. I mean, well, I'm not sure if it's the same thing, but like a frame step sort of thing going on, just to add to the atmosphere. And when he said that it was only going to be about 2 minutes or so, I think that's what he said. It was only about 2 minutes. And I said, oh, okay, well, this is kind of annoying, but I guess it'll pick up later. And I'm not sure if it's the DVD copy I got that's dicey or something, or if it's the fact that I'm watching it on a laptop. But this strobe effect, this frame step effect, is through the entire film, and it makes it difficult to watch. And going back to the audio editing, like they're shooting in different like they're shooting indoors and outdoors in this film, and the dialogue, sometimes you can't even hear it. Sometimes it's like in two different scenes, it's like they put the mic too far away from the guys. It's like he's talking like this, and then the next shot, it's like the mic's right up on the guy's face, and then it goes back to this little thing. Like, that's not acceptable. Like, that's why you go back and do voiceovers, especially considering how long this movie took them to make. Like, it's taken them, I think, 2 years or something like that, because I got Fetus a year and a half ago or something. It was about a year and a half ago, I think. And they were talking, there's a special feature talking about how they're in production on a movie called Blood Pigs. And, like, if this isn't supposed to be a step up from Fetus, I don't understand what happened if some of their, like, if they forgot how to make films during that period. I know it sounds really, really harsh, but I don't understand what's happening. I thought it might be the DVD copy because, believe it or not, I watched the behind-the-scenes featurette before I saw the actual film to just sort of psych myself up, because frankly I am a huge fan of documentaries as well, so behind-the-scene features always seem to interest me. But basically I'm watching these things and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be really cool. And then I watch the film and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Because not just because of the strobe effect I'm seeing, but because during the behind-the-scenes features, I think they shot it on the lower grade camera, and I thought that maybe there was a lot of info on the disc or something, so they put the special features, which aren't as important as the actual film, of course. They put the special features in a just sort of lower resolution so they could fit everything on the disc if the film itself took up a lot of space. So I assumed that the pixelation, it was sort of like a high-quality YouTube video in terms of the quality on the behind-the-scenes stuff. And when I watched the actual film, I said, "Wait a minute," because I don't think it's the computer I'm watching it on. I don't think so, because other reviewers, I believe, have commented on the same thing, um, that it's just really bad quality, and I don't get it. I don't know why the quality is so bad, and that combined with the fact that there's a strobe effect going on is unacceptable for this type of release. This is like a fairly big release coming from the independent circuit. I, for one, have been looking forward to this for a while. I know horror fans have been looking forward to this for a while, and for us to get this in return, like, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It's just I'm disappointed is all. And I feel that, like, if they just put a little bit more effort into a few of these things, honestly, though, looking at it, I feel like post on it should have lasted at least another 2 months. I feel it should have lasted at least another 2 months because it needs that polish. It definitely needs that polish because it's missing a lot. Um, so yeah, basically that's my 2 cents on the movie. In terms of gore, yeah, but I couldn't understand the plot either. That's another problem. Again, I understand it's a gore film and the plot isn't important, but what annoys me is that the effects are clearly well done. The effects are very well done, but I guess they were doing a different type of thing where it's shaky cam most of the time. Like this guy's falling down a hill, and combined with the frame step, it's like if I'm going like this, except way more extreme, like more like this, but in all directions. And that's not even an exaggeration. That's what it's like. Certain scenes are just like that, and you can't even see the effect because of that. And there's long, drawn-out takes in this one, and it's like shots that, to be coherent and put together properly, um, that should take it like maybe 6 shots or something, or not necessarily 6 shots, but 6 cuts of being shot from 3 different angles. Like they just do it in one instead. And I think what might be the case is that they got a better camera. They got a better camera between this movie and Bone Sickness, or this movie in between Fetus. I think they might have used this on Fetus, um, but I think they realized, hey, we can do longer takes now, and it won't look like a home movie. Because if you're doing longer takes on like a Sony camera or like a little handy cam, then it looks like a home movie just because you're going around and, oh, here's Aunt Margaret, no, there she's going to get her hot dog with mustard, and you know, like with a more professional film, you can get away with longer takes, but they took it to the extreme, and they just didn't, like, I don't think they thought it out well enough. And going back to the strobe effect or the frame step thing, um, like, I thought that it was just the actual film, but then I went and watched the special features, and I realized even the outtakes have this effect on them. So I thought maybe there was a problem with the camera, or if it was a setting that they set on the camera so that it was consistent and saved them time in post. I don't know, but it wrecked it for me, honestly. Um, as far as the effects go, yeah, they're really good, and there's one climatic scene with a crazy zombie. I'm not even going to spoil the surprise because I think it's pretty crazy. Because I would suggest you rent it just for that scene, but I don't suggest you add this to your collection. Um, I don't suggest it. I'd say wait a little while and listen to some other reviews besides mine. Because, you know, I do love special effects and stuff. I love the gore effects. But if there's no, like, substance really behind it, like, I know zombie movies and horror films often have bad storylines, but but you know, there's got to be at least something there, and I couldn't follow what was going on. It was badly edited, so it didn't help to the thing. Like, not only the audio, but the video's kind of choppy. It's all over the place. Honestly, I feel Brent Holland, I don't want to sound mean because he obviously put a lot of effort into this, but I think he needed to put more. He put effort into some of the wrong things. he clearly put a lot of effort into the special effects because that's what steals the show here. But like, no one's gonna pay attention to special effects if they can't sit through the first 5 minutes without feeling nauseous, you know? So that's my problem with it. As a director, I know he's doing a good job because Fetus and Bone Sickness were both pretty good, but I really feel that this is a step backwards, and that's what sort of pissing me off. Or not necessarily pissing me off, but just sort of I'm confused about it. As a special effects man, he's this great special effects man. As a director, he's a great special effects man. And I don't want to sound mean by that, but I feel that more effort definitely needs to be taken to the post in this, and I would not at all be surprised if a special edition was released in a couple of years from now with this thing re-edited and touched up a bit. Because I don't get it. I don't get it. But the gore effects are clearly very well done. They're just not photographed well. The storyline is difficult to understand, and even when it's as simple as it is, it's difficult to understand, which it shouldn't be. And just sort of poorly put together, basically, which is what's confusing me because the other stuff has been so good. And I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I am tired. I'm sorry. So that's my 2 cents on Bone Sickness. Again, I would suggest you maybe rent it or something. Listen to some other reviews before you decide whether or not you want to buy it to complete your Morbid Vision Films filmography. The effects are very good. The storyline isn't that good. It's badly photographed and pretty badly edited. So from that, I'll let you take what you want from it. The one climatic scene is is very cool, but you know, I'm not sure like for that one scene. I'm trying to debate whether or not you should get it or see it just for that one scene. You know what? Look up some more reviews and decide that because I don't want to say because the scene is really cool, but I'm not sure if the good outweighs the bad. And you know, I don't want people coming to me later on, which has happened to me before, actually saying I thought this was going to be great, and then it turns out they didn't like it. So I don't want to say you should pick this up just for that one scene because it's hard to say considering the flaws in the rest of the film. So I'd suggest you listen to some other reviews, then come back to me, or something along those lines. Basically, that's my 2 cents on the movie Blood Pigs. I'm sorry if I might have said Bone Sickness earlier, but no, the movie's Blood Pigs. And I'll leave you with the cover artwork because it's pretty cool. It's got some glare on there. There you go. That's pretty neat, isn't it? But yeah, there are other parts of the movie that I did like. It's every zombie for themselves, and there's not a whole lot of zombies in this movie either. It's not like a huge zombie horde. In fact, there's much fewer zombies in this movie than there were in Bone Sickness. So, which is like it's fine. I've got no problem with that. Just don't expect hordes of zombies in this movie, and it's every zombie for themselves. Zombies attack zombies. Zombies eat zombies, and the basic premise is that humans are the few survivors are actually eating zombies. As long as they boil it and cook it properly, it's fine to eat. But because there's no other food available, that's the basic premise. I'm sorry to leave that right till the end, but you know it's a zombie movie. There's not much to say usually about the plot, so I'm sort of tacking that on the end. I got distracted earlier. I hope you can hear this review. The little microphone icon here is only going up like a 20th of the way, so I might be mumbling a little bit, but I'm sorry about that. Anyhow, that's my 2 cents on the movie Blood Pigs. I'm going to go to bed, and I can take what you want from this review. If Brian Pollan's watching this, don't get me wrong, dude. You definitely have talent, and I've loved your other work. And I'm sorry if I've come across as being harsh, and I do, and trust me, when he puts something else out, I'll be the first in line to get it. I just feel that this could have used a little bit more polish, but then, hey, I'm just some teenager with a webcam. Anyhow, that's my 2 cents. Like I've said, my 2 cents in the movie Blood Pigs, and I will talk to you later. Now let's hope this thing doesn't cut out on me because I really don't want that last part of me talking about Brian Pollan to be cut out because I do mean that. So basically, I'm just going to sit here and eat peanut butter. It's sticky. That was the most awkward facial expression ever. Why am I eating this on camera? You want some?